Hi, it's George Smith from Bigger Much Bolder, the Mindset for Success, and today I want to talk to you about the 80% lie. If you are like so many people that I know and like so many people that I work with, the chances are you are doing a really good job, and the chances are you're still quite frustrated with the level of result that you're getting. You're probably working really quite hard, you're probably giving quite a lot of yourself to your business or to your life or whatever it is you're working on, and the chances are you're still a little bit disappointed, a little bit frustrated at the results you're getting. So I'm going to share with you the mechanism that's playing out that's creating this maybe less than desired result, even though you are working really, really hard. The truth of the matter is, what we put in, we do reap back. Maybe day to day we can have some fluctuations, we can work really hard and get poor results, but over the long term, we get back exactly what we put in. So this sounds really unfair because I know you're working really hard and I know that you're also probably frustrated that you're not getting everything you got back. So here's what's playing out. The 80% lie. You see, when we went to school, if you got 80%, if you did 80% on something, you got a great result. You got an A, maybe even an A star. And in fact, if you got 85, you got an A or an A star. If you got 99 or 100, you still got an A or an A star. In fact, we learned that there was nothing between 80 and 100. Now, this is for high achievers. These are people who are getting A's and A stars. Now, for most people, of course, the average result at our exams were a C, or the equivalent of a C, whatever they're working on nowadays, but the equivalent of a C, or maybe a B, you know? D was kind of doing bad, C was average, B was good. So we're playing at that level, and we learnt who we were, and we learnt what to expect out of life, and then we learnt what to give life. So I'm talking to you on the assumption that as an entrepreneur, as someone that's listening to this video, that you are a high achiever. So you are already operating at a really high level, much higher than the average, and you're operating at maybe an A star level, 80% or so. And what I found was when I started working with high achievers, they were giving 80%. Now 80% is a lot to give. 80% of everything you've got is a lot to give to your business. However, why is it wasn't giving back the result that they wanted? And the truth is because life is a project. It's not one thing. So you say you give 100% to life or 100% to business, the chances are you give 100% to aspects of life and aspects to business. But of course, life is built up of many aspects and your business is built on many aspects. So let's work on the assumption that you're a high achiever giving 80%. You're doing a really good job. But you put it into the first part of your equation, the first part of your business. So let's say you love research and development, you love new ideas. So you give 80%, maybe even 100%, but I say 80% to R&D. And you like product development, like taking it from that concept and turning it into like a prototype. So you do 80% on that. You're giving a really good job, you've learned to get a good result from that. And you might well be getting a relatively good result, but guess what? You're doing 80% off of 80%. So you already had 80% result from the idea. Now you've turned it into a prototype, for example, and you're going to get 80% of that. So you're not running at 80% anymore. You're going to get a result that's 80% of 80%. Now, I hope you understand you're going to stick with me here, because some people, they get a bit confused about, well, no, I've done 80%, so I should get 80%. No, because your prototype can only be as good as your idea. And if you're doing 80% of everything you've got to your prototype, it can only be 80% as good as the 80% already was after you've done 80% for the idea. So now you take that prototype and you market it. And let's say you do 80% job on that. And then you sell it, 80% job on that. And then you support it, 80% job on that. And imagine you had 7 of these parts of your project in your business. 7. Maybe it could be one project life cycle. It could be the whole of your business life cycle. It could be your whole life. If you have 7 of these and you do 80%, so you're working really hard on every single aspect of this, you're going to end up with 21%. It's about 20.7% as a result. You're going to get a very demoralizing, very frustrating result. And guess what happens to most people? See, you didn't choose how to feel about this normally. The brain will look at the effort we're putting in, boom, 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 boom. Look at the result we're getting out. It will say it's not worth it. And then the obvious thing the brain will do, and it's learnt this through evolution, is put less in. You see, if I'm putting this in and getting this out, I'm dying in the wild. If I'm a caveman, I'm dying when I'm putting 80% in and getting 20%. Imagine I'm burning 3,000 calories to hunt food, but I'm getting 1,000 calories back. I'm dying. So of course, the obvious thing for the brain to do, it might not be what you're thinking, but the obvious thing the brain's going to do is put less in. It's not worth it, so I do less. So now you put 50% in across the board, you might only end up with, I don't know, 10%, I haven't done the math, say 10% or even 7%, but trust me, 50% doesn't hurt. 50% is kind of cruising, it's kind of easy. 80% we're pushing ourselves, 50% is kind of really average, so we get a shit result, but actually it's okay because at least I'm not killing myself for it. I still have the other 50% to give to my life. I get to go to the gym, I hang out with my family, I have my holidays. So we tend to say, right, okay, so the result's really, really crap, but it's okay because overall it kind of worth it-ish, right? I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled, but I'm not exhausted. I don't feel like I'm being cheated particularly. Although some people do, okay? Here's the thing, the obvious solution is we've got to do more. We've got to go up. See, if we go from 80% across the board to 81% across the board, it will go up the other end magnified. It will go up the other end more than just the 1%, because 1% on 1% on 1%, so it adds up the other way, it compounds. So now I want you to think, imagine going to 83 or 84, 85, and it compounds and compounds. It goes up. It's still disproportionate. The results are always going to be a little bit less because it's always going to be compounded down, but if we start raising our game in each of these areas, it starts to compound back up again. So the obvious solution is to do more. Now, I don't mean just do more, faster, harder, rah, rah, rah. No, what I mean is we have to be more innovative, more creative. We have to choose, where do I need to do more activity, more work? Where do I need to do different? How do I need to change what I'm doing? What do I need to do better? You know, where do I need to raise my standards or raise the standards of my products or my services? Does this make sense? That's what I mean by doing more. I don't mean literally just doing more like a crazy headless chicken. It's just expanding life in each of these areas, right? And your whole life is this, by the way. You know, you may be working really hard and having a very average life. This is what's going on. Now, of course, I've worked on the assumption you're doing 80% of everything. The chances are you love innovation, you're doing 80%, maybe 90, maybe 100. You love R&D and you love taking it through the prototype. So you're still running at 70, 80, 90, 100% there. So you're getting a really good prototype, but you hate marketing. Boom. So you're doing 20% marketing. And of course, even if you do 100% on your sales, you can only do it off the back of the marketing. Does this make sense? Now, this is not a literal model, okay? So I'm aware that some people out there, you know, really hard salespeople, and they're trying to compensate for having the marketing. But can you imagine if you did the marketing, if you got the marketing up, it would make your selling so much easier. So if you were selling like a lunatic, and you had really good marketing and really good products and really good R&D and really good everything else behind it, can you see how the result would be massively magnified? That's what this message is all about. It's really my do more, my do different, you know, my expand yourself, be better kind of message. The truth of the matter is there is that huge result out there you could have. You could have that amazing life. You can have that amazing business. But the chances are, even though you're working hard and even though you're doing a lot, the chances are you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to do more of something. You're going to have to do something better. And that's going to sting a little bit because it's going to take a while for it to filter down. But you have to know that every change you make down there gets compounded in a positive result in exactly the same way that everything you take off and everything you do less compounds in a negative way to give you a smaller result. So another long video here. I've done a few of these, but I hope you stuck through to the end. And until next time, as always, be successful and raise your game, especially in those areas where maybe you've got some gaps in your game and it's killing the rest of your business. You know, you don't like R&D, you don't like marketing, you don't like selling, so you're doing a great job everywhere else and this is killing everything. You might have to raise your own game, you might have to do more of it, you might have to do different. Get someone else to do it, for God's sake. Get someone who loves it to pull their game up. If you've got staff in there, by the way, your staff can kill your business as well. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, that's a little addendum to this video. Until next time, be successful.